Hey guys, in this episode of Social Lead Hub, I'm going to go over 3 reasons why you need $1 million mentor and why you need a good training program so you can advance your skills so that you can advance in business. So working with a millionaire directly is huge. It makes all the difference in business because you're not getting a watered down version of the training that trickled down from some $1 million earner in a company that you may be seeing on a Zoom. Working directly with a millionaire, it makes all the difference in business. Now there's 3 things I want you guys to take away from this video on why working with a $1 million mentor is huge and why having a training system is huge. Number 1, role play, drill, practice, rehearse. Number 1, the team gets together and just kind of drill practice scenarios that you get in business. It builds sales skills, it builds, situational skills, and most importantly, it builds that confidence. When we get together in our office in front of dozens of people, we drill, practice, and rehearse multiple scenarios so that we can grow and get better. What ends up happening is we get back on the field and talk to our prospects or talk to potential clients, our confidence is already high because the scenario that we had in the office, we went over and over so that by the time we get on the field, man, we already versed. So, the competition that we get and the fun that we have while drill practice and rehearsing, it can't be replaced. Number 2, the environment. You want to create an environment of high energy. You want to create an environment that builds leaders. You want to create an environment that's competitive where people can feed off each other. When I was mentioning the drill, practice, and rehearse earlier, sometimes it gets competitive and you want to come back and you want to be better than the next person. You want to outperform everybody else. What naturally happens is your skills go up. And when your skills go up, obviously, like I mentioned earlier, you get confidence. So that environment, it's a social pressure, positive pressure, where it's forcing you to get better and better and better. And you're excited because you're in a room of a bunch of people who are looking to do the same thing. So that aspect, the environment, as far as it comes to a training system included with having a multimillionaire, it's huge. You'll notice you'll go from a beginner to advance faster than you would have without a $1 million mentor and a system of training. Number 3, processing issues. Now this is one of my most favorite because after our trainings, my $1 million mentor sometimes invites us out, some of the top performers or some of the people who are just who are doing well, and you'll have cigar lounge where we get to process issues, and sometimes we have morning calls, coffee with a millionaire, where we get to process issues. And when it comes to processing issues, it's the number 1 skill that I believe that you need to have in this industry. Why? Because the actual skills of learning how to sell, overcoming objecting, prospecting, those are easy things to do. But what gets in the way? It's usually right here. It's your mindset. And sometimes when we're looking at it from our perspective, those situations seem like a mountain. But if you borrow the mindset and the vision of a millionaire, say, hey, what would you do in this scenario? Then your vision is stretched. And I've, last night, I went to the cigar lounge, a private cigar area with my mentor. He invited about a dozen of us over, and we had the opportunity to sit down and ask him questions. Hey, what would you do here? What would you do there? And we have our notebooks, we're taking notes, and what we're doing is we're figuring out how to get past our problems faster than we would have on our own. So, the third aspect there of processing issues is the most underrated part of this part of the business because do I call my mentor and complain all the time? No, I just say, hey, in situations where I feel it's fitting, hey, what would you do? This is the solution I have. What would you do? And it allows me to cut back that time of me trying to figure it out myself all the time, of me trying to go and, read 30 books. I still read, I still go on YouTube. But a lot of times just asking a mentor will guide you into that solution because A, they've been through there before. B, they know somebody who has. And 3, they've been around the block long enough to know what are shortcuts and what are thorough avenues of processing your issues and getting past your problems. So for many of you out there, obtaining a mentor is important, number 1, but obtaining a mentor that's actually doing it in business and is a multimillionaire, it's going to help you that much more, because the number 1, having a mentor that, knows stuff is good because it allows you to kind of get the information they know. But seeing a mentor who's succeeding, building a brand, making millions, growing a business, recruiting, and especially in the network marketing industry, and having access on the phone, having access to go to a cigar lounge, or like this morning, we had coffee with a millionaire where we got on a private Zoom We were able to ask further questions. So you can imagine, from last night's cigar lounge to today, this morning, coffee with a millionaire, all my processed issues are basically, they're starting to get past those issues mentally. And then on top of that, I'm figuring out different strategies and ways that I can do things. So my notebooks are filled with just tons of notes from last night and from this morning. So I highly recommend finding somebody in your network, either in your company, see if you can work directly with them so that you can have that breakthrough in business, because it makes all the difference. And by the way, that's one of the benefits of network marketing is, when it comes to meeting millionaires, they're very protective, especially like millionaires out there who own, brick and mortar businesses or who are celebrities. They're hard to get to, right? Hard to have access to them. And if you do, you're paying hundreds of thousands, if not thousands of dollars. But network marketing gives us access to millionaires who are humble enough to say, hey, I'll train you. You're coachable enough. If you show that, you're worthy of listening, if you show that you're willing to implement, I will coach you. And that's the beauty of our industry. So appreciate you guys for jumping on. As always, your success is important to me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified every time I post videos just like this. Speaking of which, how was the conversation with Tim Tebow behind the stage?
Oh, it was awesome. What did you say? What did you say? What was that conversation between us and me? Because I'm biased, but you guys are. It was very cool. It was everything. It was just another regular guy. Yeah.
Whose idea was it? Because I've been following him, so I was like, whose idea was it to bring him?
So I recruited Quentin Sims as wide receiver at the Patriots. When I was fast starting, I said, who's your top 25?
Tim Tebow.
And then it sends me a clip, a highlight reel of him and Tim Tebow. I'm like, oh shit, can we get Tim Tebow? He goes, hold on real quick. Let me see if I can get this in the manager.
Damn. That's the power of recruiting. It's like,
but it's a simple question.
1 degree away. Yeah.
So he goes, if I get you Tim Tebow, can I get a free ticket to the big event? Yes.
Is a sky blue?